And for more on this, we welcome into Sportsline not Liv Schreiber, the voice of God on Hard Knocks, but it is our Sportsline gambling analyst, Jon Berger. John, look, the Jets have the longest playoff drought active in the NFL. 12 long years since they made the postseason. It's also the same amount of time since they last appeared on Hard Knocks. They're listed at minus 150 on the Caesar Sportsbook to end that drought. Is this the year they do it?
Russ, I tell you what, this is probably going to be one of the teams to dial in and check out. This is going to be fun to watch, in my opinion. The Jets have completely changed their situation. They've done all the right things. Keep in mind, last year, if you think back, so let's put some context and background behind it. This is a team that started out 6-3, and we were like, okay, you know, the Jets, maybe they turned it around, and teams kind of started getting a fan base behind them, and then kind of the airbags came out. Right, so they ended up finished 7-10. A lot of that had to do with the quarterback position. There were other problems on that team besides quarterback, but we saw Zach Wilson and Mike White. We saw Flacco. So they finally made, Russ, that long-term commitment. Let's go get Rodgers and figure out how to put the playmakers around him. And they went out and they did that. This is a 4-time MVP. This is a situation, when you ask me the questions on the playoff drought, I'm going to take a small bet here and say they don't. But it's not going to shock me, and don't feel bad if you want to test this. Put a small bet on making the playoffs, and I'll tell you why. Vegas has nailed this. At least a few weeks ago, their kind of win total was sitting there, over-under win total was at 9.5. And here's what I mean by that. I think, Russ, they're going to have to get to 10 wins to get in the playoffs. I don't think 9's going to get it done. In fact, in the AFC last year, 2 of the three teams in the wild card had to get to that 10-win mark. You look at Pittsburgh, they got to 9, but they got beat in a tiebreaker. So I think they're going to have to get to that 10-win mark. I think it's going to be fun to watch. I'm just going to take the under in this situation because you're going to have to factor in the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Jets, so on and so forth. I think it's going to be exciting. They did all the right things. This is going to be a much better football team, but I'm going to take the under in this situation. But don't put a big bet on it, and you can go either way and have some fun with it.
Yeah, look, I get what you're saying. You're saying the Jets are going to be better, but they're not playing in a vacuum. So that why you don't think they're going to quite have enough to get in. Okay, it was a down year for Rodgers a season ago. I think we can all agree on that. The Jets obviously hoping for a